Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to 2A News Now. If you're new to the channel, my name is Troy, and I really appreciate you guys taking your time tuning into my video. Recently, we had a couple of big wins when it came to judges issuing temporary injunctions against the ATF's pistol brace rule. But unfortunately, the people in Connecticut didn't get a temporary injunction in their state that they really did deserve. A judge denied a temporary injunction that would have struck down Connecticut's assault weapons ban. A federal judge has denied a request by gun advocates for a restraining order that would have temporarily struck down Connecticut's ban on assault weapons. While a lawsuit challenging the restriction is pending, gun advocates filed the motion for the temporary restraining order in February after the ATF reclassified some firearms that they argued would now be prohibited by the state. But U.S. District Judge Janet Bond Arterton concluded in a ruling issued Thursday that the gun group had no standing to seek the temporary order, in part based on state officials agreeing that people who own guns reclassified by the ATF would not be prosecuted under Connecticut's assault weapons ban. James Ravella, the Commissioner of the State Department of Emergency Services and Public Protection, which oversees the state's gun registry, and the state police, and Chief State's Attorney Patrick Griffin, provided signed affidavits explaining that the ATF regulation did not amend or alter Connecticut's law or have any effect on Connecticut law at this time. The judge said in her decision, Attorney General William Tong's office, which is defending the state in the lawsuit, of course applauded the judge's ruling, which came on the same day that Governor Ned Lamont touted the 30th anniversary of the state's 1993 assault weapons ban. And you got to hear this. We cannot and will not allow these weapons of war back into our schools or houses of worship or grocery stores or on the streets. Tong said in a statement issued after the ruling, Connecticut's assault weapons ban saves lives. It is fully lawful and has withstood legal challenge before, and I will vigorously defend it against any and every one of these baseless and reckless challenges. Ooh, the Attorney General from Connecticut is sounding really tough, isn't he? The request for a temporary restraining order was part of a federal lawsuit filed against Lamont and Connecticut's 13 state attorneys by gun advocates seeking to overturn an update to the state's assault weapons ban that received legislative approval in 2013, the year after 20 children and 6 educators were killed in the Sandy Hook Elementary School shootings, calling the guns modern sporting arms. The group of gun advocates, represented by 2 attorneys who are Republican lawmakers, State Representative Doug Dubitsky and Craig Fishbein, is challenging Connecticut's laws that have prohibited dealers and others from selling or possessing semi-automatic, automatic, and burst-fire weapons. The federal lawsuit was filed in September by the Southbury-based Connecticut Citizens Defense League, a nonprofit with more than 43,000 members, the National Second Amendment Foundation, and 3 individuals, including 2 former state correction officers. The complaint was filed after a U.S. Supreme Court ruling overturned a New York law requiring a license to carry concealed weapons. The ruling has sparked a handful of lawsuits in Connecticut, including recent litigation that would strike down the state's practice of not allowing pistols for protection in state parks. The plaintiffs in the lawsuit are seeking a permanent declaratory judgment establishing that Connecticut's gun laws, banning the sale or possession of assault weapons, violate the Second Amendment, and a permanent injunction by barring the state from enforcing those laws. The state's attorneys have been named in the lawsuit because they have the power to enforce the law through prosecution. They were also seeking a temporary order barring the state from enforcing the assault weapons ban while the lawsuit is pending. Like I said at the beginning of the video, it's unfortunate that Connecticut didn't get the injunction that they were seeking. But as the old saying goes, Rome wasn't built in a day. And hopefully they can get this case before a constitutional judge and rule that Connecticut's assault weapon is unconstitutional and rule in favor of the law-abiding citizens in Connecticut. As always, I would really like to hear your thoughts about today's video in the comment section down below. And I really do appreciate everybody's support by liking, sharing, and subscribing and hitting those post notifications. And I invite everybody back to see my next video.